Welcome to SJS Arts. So today I'm gonna do the video on favorite paintings and painters that I promised in the channel update video. But couple of disclaimers before I get started. So the first disclaimer is that I decided that I'm not gonna use a webcam for this video because I think it would in some cases block parts of the paintings if I had a webcam on, and I don't want my ugly mug to block these beautiful works of art, and I want you to be able to see them in their full glory. Yeah. Then another disclaimer is that I have a new laptop, so I hope that OBS works as well on the new laptop as it did in the previous laptop. I mean, you can see down there that this has like Windows 11 and not Windows 10. So there's some getting used to it a bit. Um, but I mean, I've gotten used to it already, but there might be some hurdles somewhere, but hopefully not. And then the final disclaimer is that I decided to make this a video series rather than cramming it all into one video. Because if I crammed it all into one video, I think the video would be too long, and also I constantly discover new great paintings and painters. So this way I always have a place to discuss new discoveries as well as the old favorites. But I currently have the favorite painters and paintings for multiple videos already. We'll see how this video series goes. And for today's video, I picked 5 different painters. With 4 of them, I'm gonna show lots of their body of work, but with one of them, I'm only gonna show one painting. But let's get it started. So first, we have arguably my favorite painting of all time, which is Night of the Flowers by Rochegrosse. And by the way, again, I'm not an expert on painting and I don't really know much background information on these painters and stuff. So I'm just gonna talk about the paintings themselves mostly. Yeah. But this painting I absolutely love. I would love to get this on my wall. Again, I love the vibrant colors here. There's lots of this kind of joyous and energetic kind of sensuality in this painting that I really love again. And while this is, again, we have this kind of very feminine looking guy, this Knight of the Flowers here, then we have this beautiful woman around him. But to me, this is just a very gay looking painting, beautifully gay. And I just absolutely love this painting. The first time I saw this, I just immediately fell in love with it, and it kind of made, again, it kind of became instantly one of my like top 5 paintings, and now I think it might actually be my number one favorite, although it's ranking them is very hard. But I'm gonna show you some other Rochegrosse paintings here because I kind of love pretty much his whole body of work, and he might be my favorite painter as well, at least one of them. But this is definitely my favorite one. So yeah, I'm not gonna talk about all of these because it would take too long, but I'll just show you them and then I'll highlight some of my favorite ones. So this is probably my second favorite from Rochegrosse, Incendie de Persepolis. Um, oh, sorry. Fuck. Where were we here? I thought that like here. Now it's good. So, so this is kind of a very manic painting. I really love this part of the painting. It's just insane, and even though it's very manic and kind of big, grandiose in a way, we have lots of this beautiful detail in the table. For example, with the food and flowers and stuff. And again, I love the color here. We have the kind of nice contrast. We have this kind of lighter color here and then this darker color here. Yeah, just absolutely beautiful. And I think this is one of my absolute favorite paintings of all time as well. Yeah, this is a beautiful one. I'll actually, fuck again. Um, where were we here? I'll show it this way because then you can see the years and the names of the paintings as well. Yeah. but this one is a beautiful one too. This one, look at the insanity in this corner and look at all this detail. I don't actually know how famous George Rochegrosse is or how acclaimed he is, but to me his stuff is just utterly beautiful. And he also made some of these posters for like theater and I think mostly for theater. Yeah. And this one is one of my favorites as well. This painting just you get so much sorrowful emotion from it. This kind of reminds me of many like films where you have like a character here and then like she or he has to see one of their like loved ones or something get killed and stuff. Obviously that's kind of a typical scene in films, but yeah, this is great. The death of Messalina. Then yeah, this is okay, one of my favorites. Again, look at the contrast here, the really bright, vibrant colors here, and then we have this darker stuff and this kind of very devastated guy here. Because these paintings kind of they look very colorful, and that colorfulness kind of makes you happy in a way. But then you look at the emotions on these characters and how sad they are. There's this very interesting contrast there. So this is one of the posters that he made. Again, the posters aren't as beautiful as the paintings, but I think they're great too. Yeah, this is a pretty manic one as well. Very colorful picture of war and battle. Yeah, this is his poster of Don Quixote. Oh, this is also just utterly beautiful. Oh, I just absolutely love this one. Um, yeah, and well, this isn't as beautiful. Yeah, but yeah, this is great too. And yeah, Marie Rochegrosse. So I think maybe this was his wife or sister or mother or something. I don't know. Yeah, yeah, this is a very beautiful one too. Um, yeah, this probably out of the posters, this might be my favorite one. A portrait, another portrait. This is beautiful. And yeah, so those were the works. I think there's more, but these were the ones that I want to show you this time. And again, this might be my favorite painting of all time. But let me know what you think of Rose Cross. So then we have a painter from, no, well, kind of the same era, but bit before Rose Cross. So we have Alexandre Cabanel. He's a bit more of a recent favorite, I think, although there were a couple of his Cabanel's paintings that I had seen like way before as well and liked them. I'm not gonna show all of these because there are quite a lot of them, but I'll kind of highlight a few of my favorites and we'll go through some of the other ones a bit quickly. But I think this is a beautiful portrait, albeit, and this is also one of my favorites, The Death of Moses. Yeah, I love lots of religious paintings, even though I'm an atheist, but obviously you can see people who make these religious paintings that they just put their heart and soul into them, and there's just lots of very interesting imagery there. Yeah. And like I said, I'm gonna go through some of these a bit faster. Again, not all of these kind of very normal looking portraits, they aren't necessarily my cup of tea, but this one I really liked. Again, there's just, like, I love these facial expressions, there's just so much there. Again, you see this kind of boredom, and it kind of looks like they are listening to someone, but they are just bored out of their mind and they don't want to hear it. But yeah, but this one is a really beautiful one. Yeah, this one was one might be my favorite from Cabanel. This, or maybe second favorite, but this one really caught my eye. It's nymph abducted by a satyr, and I like a lot of the nymph paintings, and there are more of them later on as well. But this one is quite beautiful. And again, I mentioned in the channel update video that I love the Venus paintings a lot, and I think this is a really beautiful one. Yeah. And again, I love lots of the Adam and Eve stuff. This is beautiful, but I don't actually. We don't have my favorite Eve painting of all time in this video, but maybe in the next one. So yeah, this is probably my favorite Cabanel painting, the expulsion of Adam and Eve from the Garden of Paradise. This is just utterly beautiful. Just look at these monsters coming from here. I mean, they're monsters, but they kind of look like it in this. And yeah, here we have Adam and Eve, and yeah, this is just absolutely magnificent. Uh, yeah, this is probably the first one I saw, Fallen Angel, and I think I'm gonna end here by the way with Cabanel, but I think this is such a great, provocative painting of this angel who looks like kind of like a beta male, who's full of kind of jealousy and hatred, and he wants to throw a temper tantrum. This actually really reminds me of Hawking Phoenix in Gladiator. Like he had this type of facial expression there. Um, yeah, yeah. This kind of when you see in like shows like Game of Thrones, like Joffrey, these kind of very cruel people who are kind of very pathetic people. Like they aren't strong or anything, but they just have power and they can put other people uh, to do cruel things for them and stuff like that. This looks like that, even though it's just a fallen angel. Yeah, look at the color of this wing as well. Like it's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful stuff. But that was Alexandre Cabanel. Again, there are other paintings from him that are great too. But so go have a look. So then with Salvador Dali, I'm not gonna talk about him for that much because I think we probably know him already. But he was kind of the first painter that really caught my eye and kind of made me love painting. So he's definitely up there for me. And again, I'm just gonna show you a few great paintings from him. Not all of them because there's so much. But he's one of the painters that I think pretty much everything that he has done, I love. So we have the great masturbator here, which is quite crazy, but also beautiful in a weird way. Yeah, I really love this one. Then we have the persistence of memory. This is a very famous one. Yeah, like this one a lot. Then we have, so this is the painting that made me love painting. So this is like the most important painting of my life, basically. So in high school, when I was like 17 years old, I had this art history class where we talked about, well, again, cultural art history. So there was some like architecture and painting, and they had a picture of this in the textbook for the course, and that kind of started my love for painting because I just love this image so much. I mean, I love tigers, so that was the kind of first thing that caught my eye on this. But this one I just absolutely love. It's still probably in my top 10 paintings of all time and my favorite painting from Salvador Dali. Again, partly due to those nostalgia and the importance that it had on my life. Yeah, yeah, this is pretty interesting as well. Um, hopefully YouTube doesn't ban this video or anything for nudity and stuff. Um, but yeah, very interesting painting that one as well. This one is also one of my favorites, The Discovery of America by Christopher Columbus. And there's so much happening here and lots of different type of technique here showed, and that's what I like about Dali, that he just kind of puts everything into one painting. And somehow it kind of makes sense, even though there are so many different things in one painting. Oh yeah, and this one is absolutely beautiful as well. Just so much stuff here again, and but it's just so beautiful for some reason. Yeah, just a great artist. And of course, his work with Buñuel is really great as well. Yeah, but that was Dali. Then this is just one painting by Joseph Tomanek. It's Fire Dance. You can actually see it here in the top. The name. So Joseph Tomanek didn't have a wiki art page. I would probably otherwise shown some other paintings from him too, but this painting is one of my top 10 paintings of all time. Absolutely love this one. I just really love the kind of pencil technique or whatever you would call it. Again, I don't know the vocabulary, but just look at the kind of the pencil strokes and stuff here. Again, this is another one where I love the contrast between the dark and the light. And this has just has that kind of sensual, joyous, fiery kind of energy to it that I really love. Yeah, this is just kind of this kind of really well sums up my style in painting that I love. Yeah, really well. So yeah, again, this would be another one with the Night of the Flowers that I would really love to have on my wall. Yeah, this could be even my like top three, top five paintings. I really love this. I don't know much about Joseph Tomanek, but I think this painting alone is so just so beautiful. Maybe we'll see some other paintings from him in other videos that I'm gonna make, but we'll see. Then we have another painter that is in the conversation for being my number one painter. We are actually gonna go through all these 113, most of them really fast, but with the thing with Waterhouse is that like all of these 113 are like beautiful paintings, which is just absolutely insane. And he has a very consistent style through his career. He kind of painted many kind of again historical figures and then figures like famous figures in like famous fiction and stuff. Yeah, but let's get started. Again, I think these are in chronological order, but I'll again point out some of my favorites when we get to them. I think most of the favorites are more of the kind of latter part of this number. But we'll see. Yeah, these are just again incredibly beautiful. Again, he pretty much on all of his paintings he painted again people more so than the environment, but there's lots of details always in the background and in the environment as well, even though the kind of the human subjects are the kind of the main part of the paintings usually. Yeah. I think he especially painted women really beautifully, like you can see in these early paintings already. Yeah. And he often used these fairly kind of dark colors, but he can use like contrast really well, like you see here. And some of his paintings are also very colorful. The colors are just aren't as vibrant as with like George Rochegrosse or some other painters. So yeah. So this is his very first Miranda painting, but there's a very late on his career he made another Miranda painting, and that one is my favorite out of the two. But this one is really beautiful as well. Um, yeah, just look at all these kind of small details in the paintings. Yeah, beautiful. Like I said, we should go fairly quickly. But again, you can go see his paintings on wiki art and stuff, and also you can obviously pause the video if you want to look at certain paintings for a longer period of time. Yeah, this one is really beautiful, I think. And here we, like I said, we see some quite a lot of different color as well, and here they are a bit more vibrant than in most of his paintings, I would say. Yeah, this one I really like as well. I like I don't know what this is called, but I really like this type of kind of pencil technique. It's pretty annoying that I don't really have the vocabulary to describe this that well, but hopefully maybe I can learn some later on. Yeah, this is great. And you can see kind of lots of different poses with these characters in these um, paintings and lots of different facial expressions. And this is Cleopatra, again, very famous person. Like I said, he painted lots of famous persons and people and also fictitious characters. So this was one of the first ones that got me into Waterhouse, the Lady of Shalott. This is one of my favorites. Again, there are other Lady of Shalott paintings that are beautiful too, but this one I think stands from the crowd. Again, fairly dark colors, but lots of beautiful detail in the environment. And look at that kind of really crushed facial expression. She looks really sad, but beautiful at the same time. I really love this painting. One of my favorites. And Ophelia, this one is really beautiful as well. Yeah. And this one too, like I absolutely love all this detail. Yeah. I mean, just look at how he painted these rocks and stuff. Like, yeah. Okay, like I said, these are like all beautiful, so they are all worth of discussion. But again, I don't have the time to discuss all of them, nor do I have the skill. This actually reminds me of one of my favorite Finnish paintings and one of the most famous Finnish paintings that I will probably talk about in another installment of this series. But yeah, this is just very beautiful. There are some of these that are more like sketches rather than like finished paintings, so they look a bit different, but still great. This is actually kind of very similar to other Waterhouse painting that we'll talk later on, which is my favorite Waterhouse painting and one of my top 10 favorite paintings of all time, but we'll get to that later on. Just look at all of these. I don't know what to say. We have Lancelot, or she was looking at Lancelot, but yeah. Another Ophelia painting. I think this is even more beautiful than the previous one. Again, let me know all your favorite painters and paintings and also what you think of these ones. And this is another nymph painting that I again mentioned that I love lots of them, but this one is one of the most beautiful ones. This is one of my favorite shades of blue, one of my favorite colors, so I really love this one too. So a mermaid, this is one of my absolute favorites as well, and there's another one later on that is kind of very similar to this, which is called the Siren. Yeah, another nymph painting. This one obviously is kind of again, very different to the other ones, but this one I think is utterly beautiful as well. So this was the one that I mentioned that this is fairly similar to the one that we just saw. This is again the siren, which is from the story of Odyssey. One of the more interesting parts of the story, of course, one of the more famous ones. But yeah, this is just beautiful. Look at the kind of I don't give a shit facial expression of the woman, and the man is just well, he looks like he's scared but in awe at the same time. Yeah, this is utterly beautiful. And one of the first ones also that I saw from Waterhouse. Yeah, this is absolutely wonderful as well. Uh, and you can see from all of this that there's a fairly consistent style, like I said earlier, but there's also lots of variety here at the same time. Yeah, this is really a good example of what I love in painting as well. Um, yeah, so this is my favorite one from Waterhouse. This is one of my absolute favorite paintings of all time. And again, this was another one that I saw very early on when I heard about Waterhouse. But I just absolutely love everything about this. Like, look at these facial expressions. There's so much love there. There's longing. There's some sorrow, and there's also this kind of tender gaze from both of them. It just really hits the kind of the romantic side of my brain really, really well. I absolutely love this one. Yeah, one of my absolute favorites, like I said. Although with pretty much all of these, I could say these are my favorites because again, these are all just so beautiful. The Ophelia painting. We should get to the second kind of version of the Miranda painting very, very soon. So that's one of my favorites. Yeah. This level of like artistic genius, like is one of the rare things in life that really makes me kind of more optimistic for humanity. And that's why I often like, or that's why I really love great art because it's like one of the things that shows that human beings have so much potential, even though we always result in war and violence and hatred and all kinds of different bad things. But this type of art just shows that maybe we'll figure it out eventually, and maybe we evolve as species to be something better, something more empathetic, and yeah, yeah. Where is the Miranda painting? Should be well, not here. We have it. So this is one of my favorite ones. Again, this kind of place where they are is like fairly small in the end, even though we have to see. But this just has such a kind of huge scope to it, both emotionally and it's just so grandiose at the same time. Again, like just looking at the woman's face from the side, like you can like get lots of ideas on your head what she's thinking and stuff. Again, there's definitely longing, like we see the ship sink. Again, there's this feeling of dread, feeling of death also, and again longing, like I said, maybe like lost love. Yeah, beautiful. Again, the colors aren't the most vibrant here, but I think for this painting, this kind of more darker contrast, but with color, fits this really well. Yeah, this is a beautiful one. This bit similar than my favorite one, the Lamia one, this Tristram and Isolde painting. And you can see again from the start in the 1870s to this later work, everything is just beautiful. Yeah. And again, this last one is so beautiful too. But anyway, Waterhouse, another genius. Yeah, might be my favorite painter. Probably him or him, Dali or George Rochegrosse. Yeah. But anyway, let me know what you thought of these five different painters and their paintings. Let me know your favorite painters and paintings, and also you can let me know if you have like favorite movement of different types of paintings, or do you have some like favorite country for paintings? I think I like French paintings quite a lot usually, and Italian stuff. Waterhouse was a Brit. Yeah. Um, but yeah, let me know what kind of painting do you like and stuff. Yeah. But anyway, I think this was probably a fairly long video, mostly due to Waterhouse's huge catalog. But anyway, thanks for watching. Look out for part two. Not sure when it's gonna come out, but it shouldn't take too long. Don't drink all the coke, and ciao.